A clear sunny day. On the embankment of the Arno River, not far from the Ponte Vecchio bridge, as usual there is a little farce. Tourists and just idle people, boys begging for charge from passers-by, couples in love. There are many trees along the banks of the river, magnolias, flowering laurels, mountain oaks, and pine trees higher up. Calmness and unhurriedness are diffused in the air. My mother and sister and I are sitting on a low bank, among grass and boulders. It's not far from the water. It is icy, the current is fast, the color gives off turquoise. My mother always draws. My sister also tries to draw something on paper, and I squint from the bright sun and try to see the opposite shore. Of course, I quickly get tired of sitting around doing nothing, and I decide to arrange a small promenade along the embankment and from it to the Church of Santa Croce. I tell my mom that I'm going for a walk, and I leave. I'm alone in a medieval town. Wasn't this what I dreamed about during the long winter nights in outfits and guards, at exercises, and in the hardships of the everyday life at the military school? I walk upstream, past black guys selling posters, groups of tourists with cameras, parking lots of motorcycles and two-seater smart cars, deftly balancing on the narrow sidewalks, half of a meter long. It is cool in the twilight of the narrow streets. Soft light pours from above. Greenery longing for sunlight hangs from the window sills in many places. Ancient stones of the walls are full of a multitude of shades. One more bend of the street, and here it is, the square near the white church of Santa Croce. The square is large. Whereas as pigeons scurry back and forth on it, there are several frozen figures on the benches. I hurry on deeper into one of the side streets. After walking along the chipped stones of the sidewalk for several tenths of meters, I stop. Here it is, the purpose of the trip, a shop where they sell coins. A glass door, and behind it an elderly Italian man with big glasses. A stem eagle gaze grows me. I pronounce "Buongiorno," and I delve into the richness of the showcases, leaving the senior to do his own business for the time being, periodically vigilantly looking at me through thick glasses. The showcases are really rich. There is gold, silver, and platinum. Having satisfied my interest in them to some extent, I switch to Italian. The fact is that I have a few coins from Russia with me, and I hope to sell them profitably here. For some reason, I think that if I took them far away, then here it is an extraordinary value. And finances with my mother and sister have been singing romances for a long time, so they need to communicate with an antique dealer is long overdue. When I address him in English, his face remains the same unperturbed. Pulling out my coppers, I look at him defiantly. He silently climbs somewhere and pulls out a thick catalogue of coins of the world. He looks for the right pages for 10 minutes, then looks at the pictures for a long time. I'm already looking forward to a rich profit. €2. Suddenly the voice of an impassive Italian cuts through the silence. €2. And this is in a city when I can cost Pepsi for 1.5. Everything is collapsing. No, that's not all. I decide to take the last step. There is another coin, a huge silver jubilee. The old man should pay well for her. It depicts the Russian best sable in all its glory. The weight of the coin is more than 30 grams. The senior's glasses are again immersed in the catalogue. Another 8 minutes pass. It can be seen that the Italian's equanimity is slightly shaken. I rejoice and mentally rub my hands. And finally I hear his answer. €5. Yes, I gave 8 for it in Russia. I'm outraged. I apologize and immediately leave. You think? The same impassive voice is heard from behind the glass door. Hurrying along the cobblestones to the river, I scold my excessive arrogance, but for some reason I think of the old man with respect. I firmly decide not to sell the coins. Returning to the embankment, I sit there with my mother and sister for a long time. Then we return to the hotel. The next morning we go to distant mountain towns, buy postcards there, admire the mountains and the sky, breathe Italy. Who knows if we will be able to visit here again. We remember everything. We return late. And the next day I still sell coins to an antiquity dealer.